It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Monday, December 20th, 2021.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
It's 7 a.m.
It's been a long weekend, dude. Don't even get started with
and
me.
Coming in late. Look at this.
Hold on, let me get his camera.
Look at this.
Get what you pay for.
Hiya, Chuckles.
Get what you pay for.
Look, why don't we just adjust the cameras while we're on the air?
Hey, look, it's live TV. What the heck?
I've seen to
worse.
be on time.
This is time. Don't start till 7.
How's that?
Wonderful.
You can still talk while I'm doing this.
Well, I always enjoy watching you set the camera while we're on the air. It is Monday, December 20th, 2021. I want to say hello and happy birthday to my son Robert in Murfreesboro, Tennessee this morning. And
happy birthday.
And my little granddaughter had a birthday on Friday. Happy birthday, Rosalie. She's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee as well. Y'all smiles down there?
I'm here.
Yeah, let's see those smiles.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
That's about as good as it's going to get. He probably had a weekend like mine.
Pretty close.
You didn't have to mow grass, did you?
No, and I didn't have to fix water pipes, so that's a good thing.
Well, there's a leak over here you can fix.
Yeah. Carry on.
Anyway,
We're not going
good
anywhere.
morning. Welcome down on the
Hit 2 dead-end streets in a hurry, didn't he?
Wow, the week before Christmas, it's going to be fun kind of watch all the hustle and bustle and the last-minute stuff, and then it just quiets down. You're all ready to go for Christmas, right?
Oh, no. I was talking about the last minute stuff that pops up.
It's not Wednesday.
Oh, you fell in that category, did you?
Oh, this weekend I did. I was out of town and came home to a flooded house. So
a what?
Yeah, flooded house.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah,
Man.
wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
But we're up. We're going.
Anyway, we'll be here today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then the 24th. Scooter's got something up his sleeve to put on the air, and then we're going to take some time off and be back on January 3rd. And so, a little vacation coming up.
There you go.
Slackers.
Slackers.
We're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Be sure to pick up some coffee for your house. Stop by Brewed Awakening Coffee at one of the drive-thrus and ask for either half pound, 1 pound, pound and a half, a little bit more coffee, and take it home and enjoy it over the weekend, over the Christmas holiday. And don't forget about Baxter Regional Medical Center's main entrance lobby. They also have a nice coffee bar there for Brewed Awakening Coffee. Of course, no school this week and next week with the Christmas holiday and the vacation. So Bomber Boulevard won't be as busy, so you can go to the drive-thru there, and also out by 62 East Plaza in front of Anytime Fitness. They have your mochas, lattes, frappuccinos. They've got pumpkin spice. They've got French vanilla, all kinds of flavors. They've got the espresso shots. You can also pick up cinnamon rolls, scones, muffins, turnovers, apple and cherry, and have a few things on hand for when people stop by, maybe early in the morning for coffee and a little pastry, and kind of be supplied for the holidays. Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town. They've been with us for a long time. New ownership now. This Mike and his staff. Mike had retired and moved on, and so we've got some new owners there doing a great job at Brewed Awakening Coffee. They're bringing you the best coffee in town. So be sure to check them out. Like I say, they got the mochas, lattes, frappuccinos, the espresso shots, anything you want. If you can dream it up, they can brew it up, I'm sure, right?
Yep.
I'll tell you what.
They got you covered.
And then check out really the cinnamon rolls. I mean, you may have some folks come over for a little bit on Christmas morning, and you have cinnamon rolls or apple cherry turnovers.
They're
with
meal
muffins.
all their own. They're good size.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
They're really
it'd be a
good.
great opportunity right there. So check out Brewed Awakening Coffee. It is the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. The new ownership does a great job bringing you the best coffee in town. 2 drive-thrus, Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness, and of course the coffee bar at Baxter Regional Medical Center's main entrance lobby. Follow the COVID guidelines there. Brewed Awakening Coffee is the very best coffee in town. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone there can help you. Someone out there that's hired in since I've been out there can help you just the same. They're caring, loving, understanding. This time of year is especially hard when someone passes away, friend, family member, loved one, whatever it may be. And, of course, a lot of people don't spend the week of Christmas talking about pre-planning, but that is another option that you can do after the first of the year with Roller Funeral Homes all across the state of Arkansas. You see, with all our respect, on the screen there as a graphic, it's that describes how they do business on a daily basis. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Can't say enough good things about the Roller folks across the state of Arkansas and western Tennessee. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, well, here we are, the final stretch before Christmas Day. Some are at ease, while others are in panic mode trying to get things done in time. If one stands back and just sort of watches what goes on, the hustle and bustle of the final days before Christmas, and then peace, it all calms down. The streets are almost non-traveled, the stores are all closed, and the sense of peaceful silence is in the air. But wouldn't it be wonderful if the whole world could experience this peace? Non-believers of Jesus Christ and Muslims are really missing out on all the joy and peace that comes from knowing Jesus Christ. The peace, joy, and love of Christ, may it be felt by everyone this Christmas. And that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
Hey,
Now-
can you give me a Christmas present?
Dun, dun, dun!
I guess not.
The weather. I
You
knew what he
didn't
was
want
going
him to
with
do
that.
that, right?
It would have been a nice present.
Oh, blah, blah,
North Central Arkansas would have received a present all in themselves.
Well, you're talking about Christmas and being in the spirits. I got something special that they're probably going to kill me on, but we're going to go ahead and play this little Christmas story that I found.
Oh.
Gather round the radio, boys and girls. I have a little story to tell. 'Twas the night before listing, and all through the house, not a computer was stirring, not even its mouse. The CMAs were completed, the contract was signed, all with hopes of selling this house in record time. We sellers were resting all snug in our beds, while visions of sold signs danced in our heads. The house had been staged, decluttered with care, in hopes that great offers soon would be there. The kitchen was gleaming, the sidewalk swept clean. O spirit of curb appeal, make our house be seen. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, we scrambled to see just what was the matter. The Century 21 goalpost had started to glow, a warm golden light on the new fallen snow. When what to our wondering eyes should appear, our Z-Team agents with buyers, my dear. They featured and pointed and showed them the way. They smiled and agreed and nodded, okay. Our house got an offer the very next day. We accepted it and happily moved on our way. So remember this story when you need to move. The Z-Team Realtors will make it go smooth. From Bob and Linda Zadora and the whole Z-Team. Reese Tubbs, Sam McMaster, Darlene Clark, the entire Z-Team staff. We wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
You can't go into the Christmas week without a little bit of a story. You got to have a little Christmas story.
And if everybody's wondering, the old radio in the front frame was a Philco.
I don't think
And I
anybody
bet you
remembers
$100 to a donut. Ain't nobody even wondered about that.
I bet nobody even remembered that there was a radio in that.
That's the first thing I noticed was the Philco radio.
You may be the only one old enough to know that. Huh?
At least I know.
So Z-Team, they tell Christmas stories and they're great realtors.
And they got a nice radio.
And they got a nice radio.
I wouldn't mind having that radio. That's pretty cool. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. The website retiredarkansas.net. Let's take a peek at the White River. Correction, let's take a look at the fog over the White River.
A lot of frost out
And
there.
I bet some of that's frozen fog.
I bet it is. I bet it is. Wow.
Here's what it normally looks like.
There you go. You see the bridge on the left side of the screen, the beautiful river, the White River separating Marion and Baxter counties. The camera's in Marion County, of course. And you see the city of Cotter. And beautiful shot. This is what, September of 2019, I believe this picture was taken. That's what it normally looks like, probably 3 in the afternoon in mid-September. Beautiful shot right there.
And that's what it looks like now.
We've got some fog. Wow. All right. We've got some fog on the river this morning. Anyway, when it clears out, there's a little camera icon on the lower right-hand side of the screen. You can click a picture excuse me, of the White River when the fog clears. You share it with family, friends, or use it on screensaver. Just enjoy it whenever you want to. While you're at retiredarkansas.net, check out all the listings with the Z-Team and Century 21 Lee Mack Real Estate. Both in Arkansas and Missouri, the team is ready to go to serve you today. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. Bob and Linda Zadora, your full-time professional award-winning real estate team, and they're ready to go today. Once again, 870-405-0793, RetireToArkansas.net. A little bit chilly in north central Arkansas, southern Missouri today. I've got 23 degrees in Mountain Home, 24 in Harrison, 23 at Batesville, 19 in Yellville, 23 at Marshall, 27 at Salem, 23 at Mountain View. West Plains, Missouri checks in at 27, while Springfield's at 24, same at Poplar Bluff, Missouri. We got 23 in St. Louis, and in contrast, north to south of the country, Watford City, North Dakota, a whopping 5 degrees this morning.
At least they're positive.
Yeah, at least they're positive, yeah. Wow. Oh.
You know, if it's going to be cold, it might as well be that cold.
I don't know. Yeah. Then it starts getting very cold. Maybe it gets to minus 40 up there. Okay, refreshing here for the 14th time today, the national radar scene. See some shower activity, of course, on the west coast of Oregon and Washington, from Seattle down to Portland, a little bit down into the northwest part of California. Other than that, not much going on. A little bit of freezing precip from Oregon to Idaho, Washington into northern Idaho, back into Montana, maybe a little bit in Wyoming, a little bit in Minnesota. Other than that, we do have some shower activity in the southern part of the country here. And let me go down here. This is actually showing some freezing stuff in northwest Louisiana, southwest Arkansas, northeast Oklahoma, and very extreme northeast Texas. And so you do see some shower activity down along the Gulf Coast there in Louisiana. Moving back up into Arkansas here, you do see the light scale right here showing light snow down here. This is in Texarkana on I-30. And, of course, the I-49 corridor is right here, old US 71. Other than that, everything's good in the state of Arkansas, except the travel down the southern part of the state. Across the northern part of the state, 62, 412 east and west, Highway 65 to Branson. We got Highway 67, 167, Searcy, Batesville, Pocahontas as the highway split off. Everything looks good there. Interstate 40 from Fort Smith, Little Rock to Memphis in good shape there. I-55 Blytheville, north on into Cape Girardeau, Missouri to St. Louis, I-49. But Interstate 30, I just hit something wrong here. There we go. You never know. Okay, here we go. So you see it down around Texarkana area, the Louisiana, the Arklatex, they call it down there, parts of Oklahoma and Texas. And they're showing some, whether it's hitting the ground or not, I don't know. But you got the ice right down in here, Louisiana, and some snow going on in southern Arkansas. Southern Missouri, Poplar Bluff north on Highway 67, west on 160 and 60, Springfield, Branson, St. Louis, we're in good shape there. I-44, 70, 55, 49, all looking good there. Going into southern Illinois, the St. Louis area east on I-64 from East St. Louis, south on I-57 down towards Marion and Carroll. No precipitation showing up there. I-24 at Paducah, we're in pretty good shape as we speak there. Not bad at all. No watches or warning, maybe a little bit of a wind advisory for parts of Arkansas, western Tennessee, and Kentucky. We're in pretty good shape there. Today, high of 47, 54 on Tuesday, 51 on Wednesday, Thursday, 59, 70 on Friday. That's Christmas Eve and 70? Come on, really?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a white Christmas.
Wonder what gave that away. 70 on Christmas Eve. You got to be kidding me. Wow, my goodness. Okay, that's what they're showing. No rain inside. All right. Checking iDrive Arkansas. Let's see. There's been several accidents, 2 on 440. This one's still on 440. Pulaski County mile marker 5.9 eastbound lane reported at 6:42 in the morning. And, of course, it's down Little Rock. Then this one popped up at Pine Bluff. Another accident on 5:30, motor vehicle accident, MVA, reported at 6:58. And last update is 7:01. Other than that, traffic moving good all across the state, except where the accidents occur. Rogers to Fort Smith, Little Rock, Memphis, West Memphis, and then the Jonesboro area, and I-30 down to Texarkana. Taking a look at the cameras around here, they've pulled the Highway 63 at Mammoth Springs, so we'll just have 3 cameras today. This is the Highway 5 North, 62, 412B, 201 junction here. You see Exxon Station and Casey's across the street. More traffic here in the morning because of the hospital and Baxter Lab and the transition of working shifts there, people going to work there. And traffic going pretty well through the light there. Cardinal Drive at 62. Looking east, we're looking pretty good there. Minimum amount of traffic there. You see Century 21 Lemac Real Estate there. And let's see, Club Boulevard. Now you can see some of the fog to the west, some of the cloud banks. Some traffic moving, coming up to the light here. Clay Maxey Chevrolet right down in here on the right-hand side of the highway. Baxter Regional Medical Center among the mountains and in the fog. today. All right, state of Missouri, some work, a little bit more work done. We do have some flood watch boxes here. These are mainly on county roads. They'll be some of them could be like a single letter or double letter. So if you're going into the rural areas of southern Missouri, be sure to check your route. They make sure there's no flooded areas right there, but check MoDOT before you travel north on 5201 or Highway 101. Norfolk Lake at 554.83, 659.08 for Bull Shoals. Crude oil prices are at 68.66. That's not too bad. It could go lower. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 532 points on Friday, closing 35,365.44. The Dream Network in Springfield, Missouri, Marla's doing a great job. They've helped a lot of families during the Christmas season. And if you can help them financially, dreamnetwork.org, hit the donate button, be greatly appreciated. David Stroud with Web and Paper Design, our good friend, fills in for Scooter when he can't be here. It's all about the design. Got some great work here that you can see at webandpaperdesign.com. And sports director Bob Recktenwald had this one made here for XL7 Sports. You see that logo on Facebook, and keeps you updated on the XL7 Sports that they do here. And real quick, today we've got Glad Garden Club of Mountain Home is having their holiday meal today. They're get-together from 1 to 3 at the Donald W. Reynolds Library. Then also tomorrow from 5 to 7, the Baxter County Library Teen Christmas Party takes place. And then Holy Cross Lutheran Church's Food Pantry is December 22nd from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they're on Highway 62 East. Holy Cross Food Pantry is open every Wednesday from 9 to 11. Closed, well, this says it's open on December 22nd, but it's closed December 22nd, 29th. So you may want to call ahead for there. Scooter, what you got, Bob?
Not me. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good right now.
Take a break and sports update with Bob and Scooter coming right up. We'll be right back.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm, be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
When
It was a pretty easy sports weekend. We had Mountain Home Lady Bombers took a shellacking by the West Plains Lady Zizzers. They had one girl score 37 points. It was phenomenal. I know somebody that went to the game and they said that they did not score without this girl touching the ball one way or another.
One girl's 30-something points.
37 points, and they ended up scoring 60-something. And it was apparently it was just a lopsided game. Had a lot of college scouts here checking that girl out from West Plains. We congratulate her and her efforts for sure. Viola will travel to Greers Prairie to play West Side today, and that's the only thing on the sports schedule pretty much for the week. But we did have a youth tournament on Saturday. Do you know anything about that?
No,
I know the Flyers did take first place.
Yep.
Overall, had several first place winners, several second place, and a bunch of third place. So it sounds like there was a lot of medal brought home to Mountain Home from that Flyers tournament.
Yes, there was, and I'll try to get a list where we can kind of maybe recap that on Friday.
Next year?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That'll be next year.
Slacker.
Yeah, like on January 8th.
We're not on Friday.
Talk about old news now. That'd be old news then.
That would be old news.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to follow on the youth side. I had my own going on with the high school. So
yeah, and we're going to talk about that now. It was a 2-day tournament.
It was Friday and Saturday tournament
in Fayetteville.
Yep, called the Battle of the
Battle for the Bling. And Mountain Home brought home some bling in the boys' side.
Yes, they did. There was a total of 10 teams there, and they were tough teams because there were a lot of 6A schools there at the same point. But they took second place as a team overall, just behind Bentonville.
Now, I know Friday night, at the end of Friday night, they were in third place, only 1 point out of second, so they came back to knock Fayetteville out, I bet.
And they did knock Fayetteville out, and like I said, Bentonville topped them by just a little bit. They did not have their full lineup. They had a couple starters that were out. So for them to take second, everybody did an amazing job.
Yeah, they were down 3 or 4 varsity wrestlers on the boys' side.
Yep. Most of them, I mean, they're fine. They're just little things, but they just wasn't able to make it to the tournament. But they had a lot of people place. They had, I've got a list here. In fourth place, Christian Mason at 113 took the fourth place. Winning third place was Noah Lag at 195. We had 3 second place finishers, Michael Davis at 138. Turn my mic up just a hair. Joseph Piersky at 160, and Elijah Lag at 220. And we had 2 win the championship at the tournament, Austin Callies at 152 and Braden McCoy at 182. Both won the championship, so.
You couldn't tell by the picture that I saw on Facebook that Braden was excited about that ring.
Yeah, they gave rings out for the champions, and every time you turn around, he had it. He had it out. He liked that. I enjoyed that.
What about the girls' side?
On the girls' side, the same way. There was a total of 10 teams facing on the girls' side. Girls overall took third place. And we're still down a number of starters. So that was really good for a lot of these newer wrestlers to get a chance to see them step up. Everybody did an outstanding job. We didn't have any champions on the girls' side, but we had a lot of people bring home some medal. Fourth place, we had Jasmine Flores at 100, Carly Drury at 124, Kylie Alford at 140, and Katie Lowe at 185 all took the fourth place finish. In third place, we had 2. Brianna Balsano at 132 and Amelia Fraunfelter at 165. Both of them took third place. In second place, we had Emlyn Stevens at 108. So we had a lot of new girls, a lot of first-year wrestlers out there competing, and they did a lot of amazing things. We've got some things to still clean up as a new wrestler. You know, as you go, you've got to kind of clean up your technique and stuff like that. But they did an amazing job. They've got a lot of heart. They battled real well out there on the mat, and they're starting to move a lot better.
And I know some of your girls were probably down on themselves for not doing better than what they did, but they got to keep in mind they're going against 6A schools that are and programs that they may not have been in the business any longer than what Mountain Home has, but they have a lot more ability to practice. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
Their facilities are quite a bit more improved than ours. Trying to be politically correct.
I get you. But with everything considered, our girls did really well.
Well, here's what people need to understand as well. It was a 2-day tournament. Y'all didn't leave there till 9:30 or 10 and came home Friday night. And then got up and left again at what, 4:30?
No, they ended up pushing the start time back, so I think they left at 6.
Okay.
So they were there at 5:45.
Okay, so not a whole lot of sleep time for either the boys or the girls team. And when you put it out for 6 minutes, if your match goes all the way to the end and you've put it out 100% for 6 minutes, you're drained. And it's tough. We need to get the Booster Club to work on funding an overnight tournament for the rest of the teams.
and in all fairness, for them setting it up, this tournament was not designed to have been that way initially, so that's why it was never figured in. It was supposed to be girls one day, boys another, so they would just bust down and come
wonder why they
back.
changed it.
I do not know. I don't know all the ins and outs, but that's kind of reason why things played out the way they did.
When is Mountain Home wrestling at home?
Good
January
question.
20th?
I think that's the first one. Let me look, and I can tell you real quick. Of course, I say that, and then it won't come up.
I'm pretty sure it's January 20th.
I think so too.
It's a Jonesboro duel, I think.
7 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding. That one's already passed, so it is not until like the 20th. Yep, January 20th.
A month from today.
Yep. So you got a lot of time. Of course, you've got a match right after Christmas break's over.
Yep.
So
at Bauxite.
At Bauxite. So you're going to have time, and you'll be wrestling your teams over Christmas break.
Yeah, they're practicing like we're going to practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday today, and we'll still be practicing over. We'll give them Christmas Eve and Christmas off, but they'll still be coming in, keeping rolling, keeping ready.
You have to. It's not something that you can just relax on.
Yeah, if they do, they're going to fall behind, and all of our girls, they like where they're at, and they want to keep moving forward. So if we told them to stay home, they'd be mad at us.
There you go. Well, that's about what we've got for this week.
All right.
And I guess I'll see y'all slackers sometime in January.
Yeah, I don't want to see you any more this year. No.
That can be arranged.
Let's see the next one. Let me look at the calendar here. It's going to be January 7th. I thought it was the 8th, but it's the 7th.
Wow.
So, wow.
All right. Well,
when are y'all back?
What's that?
When do y'all come
January
back?
3rd will be, we got today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So after the 23rd, the show on the 23rd, we'll be back on January 3rd.
Which is what day?
Monday.
Which is a Monday. So I'll be back Monday, January 3rd.
January 3rd.
Go.
And don't be late. So Scooter's not adjusting the camera at 7:01.
We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because I don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
And we're back, and before we talk to Dirk, I need to mention that there's no Missing Monday today due to some illness at the Morgan Nick Foundation, and so we do want to recognize the sponsors for Missing Monday, which is J. Chafin State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Appreciated sponsorship of Missing Monday. Then also LLC, Happy's Lawn Care LLC, 321-5121. You can give them a call. Leaf removal as well. Happy's Lawn Care LLC is proudly insured by J. Chafin State Farm. And then, of course, Wingard Photography. Thank you to Jim and Sheila Wingard. Merry Christmas to all the sponsors of Missing Monday. No Missing Monday today due to some illness, and it'll return on January 3, I believe, right? Yeah. On Monday. Dirk's here. We're going to talk a little gun safety, a little incident, and he says, hey, when you get a minute, okay, I got the minute. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
It was evidently a pretty scary event the other day here in our town, and it kind of goes to what I tell in all my classes, that if you think it won't happen around here, you're wrong. It will.
Yep.
All that stuff can happen. I mean, all the bad stuff and the unintentional stuff. And the subject that's near and dear to my heart is firearm safety. I mean, as a trainer now, and the safety rules are paramount. I mean, you have to infuse it in everything we do. And this incident, I don't know all the details. You know, I've talked to some of the police officers and some of the stuff, but I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate. But what I do know is that pretty much every gun out there these days, unless it's one of those antiques or a curio or something, I mean, they're drop safe. They don't just go off.
So let's recap. The gun discharged after falling out of a backpack at the local Walmart.
Yes,
yeah.
According to and I read it in the paper.
Yeah.
And
so it's public knowledge. We're not
public
trying
knowledge.
To cause alarm or anything, you know. You can shop safely at Walmart in
Yes,
Mountain
you can.
Home. Everything's fine. We're just talking about this incident, and I think it's carelessness.
It is. And you know, you can look, it depends on where you look. Arkansas State Police, they've got their safety rules that they like. The NRA has safety rules, USCCA, and some of them is like, here's the 37 safety rules, or depends on where you look, but there's 4 of them that are universal. And, you know, Alec Baldwin, if you're out there watching this, you need to pay attention too. You treat every firearm as if it's loaded at all times. There, my daddy taught me there's no such thing as an unloaded gun.
Oh, I know it.
And there's a little bit of controversy in that statement that say, well, I cleared it, you looked at it, it's unloaded. And it's like, no, it's clear. But if you're going to treat every firearm as if it's loaded at all times, then there's no such thing as an unloaded gun. There's a clear gun. Like Mike and I had a class this past Saturday. Oh, brand new range, brand new building, first class we had out there.
Cool.
In our new facility.
Yeah.
So, but like when we were clearing the ladies off the range, when we were done shooting, drop your magazine, lock your slides to the rear. It takes 2 people to clear you off of our range out at Ozark Dynamics. A minimum of 2. I look in the chamber, I look in the magazine, well, everything's done. And then Mike came as the other range safety. We were both range safety officers that morning. Both of us had said, okay, that firearm is clear. Now place it on the table and take a step back and let's get out of here. But only until at least 2 people have said that firearm is clear. Is it clear? And now you can leave the range. The second one is don't ever point your gun at anything you don't intend to shoot, kill, destroy, whatever, okay? Fingers up and off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, until you're out at full extension and ready to shoot. And the last one is be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Now, we add a couple of things in there at our facility because we train for real-world scenarios. Like, okay, this is the worst day of your life. It just happened. You've got to pull your defensive firearm out and use it to protect yourself or your family members. So the finger up and off the trigger, that goes into everything we train. Your finger's up, it's off the trigger, it's in that little seam until you're out at full extension ready to shoot. We call it keep your gun pointed in a generally safe direction at all times. And we point out the generally safe direction while we're shooting. It's usually, okay, downrange, there's the burn. But if you're down at a public establishment, a grocery store, somewhere shopping, where's the safe direction? In the Walmart parking lot, or down at Casey's or Harps or any other business in town where there's people everywhere. So where is the safe direction? Is there one?
Well, I'll tell you an incident that happened to me. This is probably 5 to 7 years ago. Went to pick up my son where he was at, and there was a rabid raccoon in the yard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, this thing was foaming at the mouth. I mean, you could tell. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and it was warm weather, so you knew the raccoon was sick.
Yeah.
His eyes would actually just kind of turn green when he'd have a spell. So I called PD. Just shoot it. You got a gun? I said, yeah, I got a rifle. And I called him back. I said, I'm not comfortable because any direction is houses. I said, all I've got's a .22 rifle. And I mean, the distance wasn't from here to one of the cameras. So no doubt I could have hit him with one shot.
Right.
But you read the box on the long rifles, they've got a 1.5 mile range. It could have gone through the raccoon. It could have ricocheted. I said, no. So the officer came out with a dual chamber. What are they? CO2 cartridges? What's in the air rifle stuff?
Oh yeah, the little cartridges.
Yeah, it had duals in that, and got him with a little pellet gun, which was a lot safer. And I appreciated Mountain Home PD for doing that.
Absolutely, and that's the understand what your target is, and is a .22 going to penetrate that raccoon and have enough energy to go through a wall of somebody's house and hurt anyone? Maybe, maybe not.
I didn't want to take the chance.
But why take the chance? So you're sure of your target. Because like a very wise person once told me that bullets that don't hit their intended target have a really bad habit of finding stuff that you don't want them to find.
Yeah.
And Walmart, for example, I hate to, that's just a place where a lot of people tend to congregate. But those bullets are going somewhere, and the parking lot's always full. And if you don't hit your intended target, that bullet's going to hit something.
It's going to hit something. I'm so thankful that nobody got hurt in that incident, because with that coming, I mean, and I don't know what caliber the gun was that went off.
I know, it doesn't matter. And just from reading the stories and wonder what happens. I've got a pretty good idea in my mind what happened, but again, I don't want to speculate because I don't know the full story. But I do know that a lot of accidents occur when you're either holstering or presenting from a holster or coming out, or sometimes if you stumble or you drop your firearm, because people tend to reach for stuff and catch it when they drop it. Think about your car keys or a coffee cup or something, and humans have a grasp reflex, right? And your finger can easily go into that trigger well and get a hold of that trigger, and now you got a round popped off that you didn't want. And yeah, luckily nobody was hurt, including the person who dropped his firearm. But it's the last rule we have, our third safety rule or safety procedure we have at Ozark Dynamics is we call the big picture rule. And we tell all the students out there that keep in mind this is a real firearm. It's a real gun. It shoots real bullets. And if you use this firearm in a way that's negligent or malicious, you can hurt or kill somebody. And every bullet that comes out of the end of that gun is on you. You're responsible for it. Legally, ethically, morally, financially. Yeah, I mean, it's yours. And you're going to have to account for every single shot that comes out at some point in time.
Makes you think, and so there's still the, open carry, concealed carry, blah, blah, blah. That's, I'm not going to get into that today, but you have to think this through.
Right.
And if you're going to open carry, come up with some guideline.
Well, and that's
a locked holster, a strapped holster, something like that.
And, here at Ozark Dynamics, we are not advocates for open carry. I will defend with my life. I will defend to the death your right to do that if you choose to open carry. I'm for that part. But there are no good reasons to open carry.
Well, I feel, let's say that I walked into Walmart and maybe I got a little 38 snub nose in a holster. Doesn't that make me a target for somebody that's looking to cause some trouble?
Well, and that's the point that I argue. There's people out there who completely agree with open carry because I can. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with your right to do so. I applaud that. But think about why you're doing this. Why do you want to put a pistol on your hip?
It's kind of, hey, look at me, I got a gun on me.
Right, because that's what I'm thinking. A lot of times
drawn to me or the gun.
Right, and I try to put myself into the mindset of the bad guy, of the criminal. And I think if I see a couple, and I tell this in most all my classes, I see a couple, I see the man with a firearm on his hip, I'm going into a place to rob it. Well, the first person I'm taking out is the guy with the gun because he's a threat to me. If you want to carry a firearm, carry it. But carry it concealed, low key, escape from the situation if you can, and as the last resort, pull your gun out if you have to.
But I'm a firm believer. I don't care if you open carry, you want to carry concealed, whatever the case may be. I'm great. I'm like you. I'm great either side.
Either way.
But be responsible for it. And I say that in a number of ways that you agree by carrying that you're going to be responsible for that gun. So if something goes off, you drop it and it goes off, whatever. You are responsible for everything that goes on. But you also need to respect the people around you. And I say that, but back when they had that march that went through and all them open carries, I had a restaurant on the square at the time, and a bunch of them came in to eat there afterwards, and you come in there and you take your gun off, and you slap it on the desk, and you make this big annoying thing. It cleared my restaurant.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that were really uncomfortable because they were trying to flash it.
Right.
Rather than, and that's what I'm saying, it's okay to carry it. When you're trying to do something like that, I don't get the point. And all you're doing is disturbing people around you to try to prove a point for yourself.
Well, and you're asking for trouble.
Exactly.
And like I said, there's no compelling good reasons to open carry unless you're a security guard, a police officer. Someone who carries a firearm in the line of duty. That's a different story. But you do have to take into account, good or bad, the opinions of others, because the bad guy always gets a vote in a gunfight. He always has some say-so in it, just like the other people do. And I was at that same one. I have a friend that had a business down there on the square, and we were like, man, in case things get nasty, let's be here to defend the place, I guess. And I noticed a lot of people out there, and you think there's a lot of emotions running high. There's a lot of tension, and it wouldn't be very hard at all for a gun to come out, and things could get ugly very quickly. We look at these negligent discharges, or I think in the paper it was an accidental discharge is the way they called it. And there's really, an accidental discharge, no, it's negligence. There are very few cases where my gun malfunctioned and it just went off. I don't buy into that whole, that was just sitting there and it went off. That doesn't happen anymore. The statistics are such and the probability is so low that you can safely say that doesn't happen. That gun went off because either a finger or something went in that trigger well and pressed that trigger to the rear. And if I had to guess, I would say that fellow dropped his gun and he reached for it and he got on the trigger as he was reaching for it. That would be my speculation. That's just purely speculation. But I've seen that happen before. And all the years I spent in the service, even deployed overseas, before you come back onto the fob, you clear all your weapon systems before you go in the main gate. And I saw negligent discharges twice. And look, there's really a few reasons. There's fatigue, distraction, there's ignorance. I mean, you can have a negligent discharge out of ignorance. You don't know how the weapon system works. And one of my soldiers was distracted. He just wasn't paying attention. They were goofing off, been out on patrol all day. And instead of dropping the magazine first and then racking the slide and going into the clearing barrel, racks the slide, drops the magazine. Well, he just put a new round in the chamber, and he popped one off into the clearing barrel. Nobody was hurt, except for his pride and ego a little bit, and he got a counseling statement from his platoon sergeant, and probably had to do a little latrine cleaning or something. But it woke the guy up. It never happened again. And I saw a crew serve weapon. The gunner popped a couple of rounds off because he didn't clear his weapon properly, but it was all into the safe directions, the clearing areas. But that was due to you could give a lot of factors: fatigue, distraction, but who knows? But all it takes is that one little time to be distracted, and now you've shot someone.
Let me give a little analogy here to think what we're kind of talking about here with gun safety. I've had driver's license now for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can drive from here to St. Louis or here to Nashville, here to Little Rock pretty well safely because I know my vehicle, I know the roads. But then if I went to Indianapolis and say, here's the keys to Mario Andretti's 1969 Indy race car, but you've got to maintain 175 miles an hour on that track. I've never been on the track, and I've never drove an Indy car.
Right.
Was I getting there for the first time and trying to maintain 175 miles an hour? I'm going to wind up in the wall.
Yeah. For how many hours do you have to do that, too?
Yeah.
That's
and so, you got to know the vehicle. I mean,
Right.
yeah, sure, I've been to 100 miles an hour, but maybe up and down back to 55 or 60, but to maintain 175 on an Indy car, it takes practice, and that's what you're teaching with your gun safety.
Absolutely.
I was going to say that. If you would have took the time to train, get familiar with it, you would have been able to probably maintain and do what was asked of you. And the guns the same way. In those, we're talking about guns that say accidentally went off, whatever the case may be, is there's a way to carry that gun safely.
Right.
And for the people that are a little nervous and are listening to this saying that is why I don't carry. No, there is a safe way to carry that gun.
There's
and there's also safer guns out there if it's something you're concerned with.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of safety features you can get on them, things to prevent these things from happening.
Well, the number one thing that prevents that from happening is competent and professional training.
That's where you come in.
And that's where I come in.
Yeah.
And that's what Ozark Dynamics is all about. We do everything from the absolute basics of shooting. I mean, we have basic firearms classes where, like this past Saturday, it was a women's handgun and self-defense fundamentals. There was an experienced shooter. There were a couple that were not. They were very nervous about the firearm. So let's take it apart. It only breaks down into like 4 pieces. Let's take this gun apart. Let's understand what each piece does. Now let's see how they all work together. So when you understand the system, now you understand how it works as a whole. And some of that fear goes away.
So if I was at Indianapolis and they showed me the Offenhauser engine and the wide tires and how the steering, everything is different on the race cars compared to a standard street vehicle.
Absolutely.
Same thing with the firearm. Whether you do a 22, a 38, a 357, 44, 9 mil, whatever it may be, or
they
45.
all work the same way generally, but they all have little differences about them. And we recommend for defense weapons just a striker-fired 9mm. No safeties, no external safeties, I should say. No hammers, no decockers, any of that stuff. Something short,
Basic.
sweet, simple. And a lot of the classes we spend is safely presenting from the holster. Because like I said, that's where most of the injuries or most of the negligent discharges occur, is during that process right there. People try to hurry it up.
Yeah. We've all seen Barney 5 and we know what happens there. Hey, it's come up on 749. We're going to have to take a break. More with Dirk right after this.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today, at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. Head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. And what better way to get ice cream is for it to come to you. Paradise Cream is coming to your town. Coming to Gainesville on Tuesdays, Yellville on Wednesdays, and Harrison on Thursdays, as well as open at their Mountain Home location next to Ramada Inn. With over 20 unique flavors in stock like German chocolate cake or sea salt caramel. It's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. Paradise Cream, you're on your way to paradise. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas. It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Back with Dirk talking about some gun safety, and we're not trying to stir up a controversy about concealed carry or open carry. We're talking about carrying safely in whatever manner you choose and having the proper training.
Yeah, absolutely. If you choose to open carry, by all means do so. If you choose to concealed carry with a permit or not, we're a constitutional carry state. If you choose to carry a firearm, then by all means carry it. Exercise that constitutional right to carry that firearm.
Right.
But seek out professional training. And we have classes just about every single weekend. In fact, I'm like, Christmas coming up, I don't have one. New Year's, I've got the next 2 Saturdays off. And then, what is that, the 8th? Mm-hmm. We're back at it. And my weekends are booked solid until out to the end of March.
Wow.
And mostly during the week, too. So I've got the next couple of weeks off, which I'm looking forward to. But seek it out. Come train with us. I have myself and all the other instructors, the range safeties out there that work out there with me. We all are a team. Most of those guys are better shooters than I am. They've been shooting longer than I have. We all have different experiences, different aspects of guns experience, whether it's military, police, a lot of competition shooting, which if you ever go shoot a pistol match somewhere, the safety rules are everywhere. You can get disqualified from that match for the tiniest safety infraction, which is a good thing because it makes you keep constantly in mind that I need to mind these rules. But I don't want people to get hung up on constantly the rules and then use that as an excuse why I couldn't defend myself, because there's that balance you have to find. And the only way to find that is to train constantly, is to get into these scenarios. And because if you think about it, if you're inside of a crowded grocery store or a department store or a mall or something, it's completely different than when you're in that controlled environment out on a firing range with professional and competent range safety officers.
So here's what can kick in. I'm not saying it's going to. This is another hypothetical. Okay, let's say that, hey man, I'm open carry, I got a gun, I got a 9mm on my hip, and you see a situation starting to develop.
Right.
Oh man, I could be the hero here.
Yes, you could.
And you start, and that adrenaline rush, calm it down, folks. The
thing we teach especially in the concealed carry class that we offer, and it's about a 5-hour, 6-hour class. We meet the time that the state says we have to meet, but most of that is why you should leave your gun in your holster, in your pants, in your purse, in your jacket, and remove yourself from that situation, because it's none of your business. Is it terrible watching a lady get beat up by a bunch of thugs? Absolutely it is. But everybody out there has got one of these.
Mm-hmm.
And you can dial 911 and you can call the police and let them handle the situation, because that's what they're trained to do. You're not. And if you want to, get your camera out. You know, people gripe about folks that are, well, all you're doing is filming that person get beat up to put on YouTube. You know, maybe not. But when you inject yourself into a situation that you don't know anything about, you're opening yourself up to a lot of trouble too. You could get hurt or killed. You could get sued. Now you're involved in that. And we teach, just stay away from it. Stay out of it. Call for help and remove it, especially if you have family with you. Like if I'm out at the store with my children, I'm not looking for a fight. I'm looking to run away. I'm looking to grab my kids up and leave.
Yep.
I don't want them to get hurt, or I don't want me to get hurt. But I especially don't want my kids getting hurt.
I heard that.
So, and in the newspaper it said I heard the gunshot and the people are running to get out of the store. Yeah. And if you're open carrying or concealed carrying, and you hear the gunshot and you go running towards the trouble, how do people distinguish between good guys and bad guys now?
Yeah.
How do you not look like a bad guy?
Yeah.
And what if there's another citizen out there and you end up getting shot by that person?
There's all kinds of scenarios you got to think it through.
And you can't train for all of them. Nobody has the time, the money, the resources to train for all of them. So you pick out, okay, out of everything that's possible, what is the most probable event that could most probably happen to me? And it would be maybe something like that down at a store here locally, or maybe you're in a convenience store and somebody comes in and robs it and you happen to be there. You can train for that kind of stuff, because is that something that's probable? Yeah, I mean, it is here in Mountain Home. It could happen. Mm-hmm. The odds of it happening are pretty slim, but if you travel and you go to big cities, those odds increase. So why not train for the things that are most likely to happen versus the things that probably are not?
Good points. Wow. Awful quiet over there.
Well, it's
I've said my sense. I'm
good
either way. I'm the same way. You need to take some time, train, be familiar with what you're shooting, and know you're responsible for everything that gun offers. So no matter what it is, from you accidentally dropping it to how you carry it to everything, it's your responsibility and solely your responsibility.
It's yours.
Yes.
And state law says that if you're granted your concealed carry license, you, the licensee, you're responsible for everything. All the updates during a legislative session, if they change some of the laws and rules, ignorance of that is no excuse. It's on you. You have to keep up with it. You have to know about it. And the big one this summer was the stand your ground law that changed. Yeah. There's no duty to retreat anymore in the state of Arkansas. And do I agree with that? Yeah, to the strictest sense of our Constitution, I absolutely agree with it. But do I think it's a good idea to stand your ground? Not if you can get away. Not if you have an out, a safely out that you leave.
So I think some of the advice we're trying to say, the stores are crowded this week. We know that the stores are going to be crowded. You could be in Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart or TJ Maxx or any of the stores along those strip malls. If you're carrying, carry safely. Think about it.
Yeah, responsibly. And seek out professional training. We've got a first-class facility here in this area now, with some of the best instructors, most knowledgeable, most experienced, most skilled group of guys that you're going to find anywhere. We've got a first-class facility out there, thanks to Gregory Construction. Those guys did a great job for us. So we got a first-class facility, a range facility, training facility, first-class instructors, and it's right here in Mountain Home. We're just down the road, in between here and Gassville.
How can people get a hold of you?
OzarkDynamics.com. Websites out there, all over Facebook.
Yep.
And I have several groups, have a couple of sites out there, and come see us. Come train with us. Come call me. Call any of these guys, set something up. I encourage people to carry firearms to defend themselves. That's your right as a citizen.
You bet.
But do it safely. And if you don't come train with us, man, go find somebody. There's a lot of concealed carry instructors in this area. Mm-hmm. There's some really good ones, and there's some that aren't so good. So ask around. And if you ever, one of the caveats I tell people, if you're ever in a class and the instructor is saying things that you just I don't know if that's right, or I don't feel comfortable, get up and leave. Do that too, because check this guy out before.
All right. Once again, what's Ozark Dynamics
.com.
All right.
OzarkDynamics.com.
All right, real quick, no missing Monday today due to some illness at the Morgan Nick Foundation. Can we hit the graphics one more time for the sponsorships on that? And missing Monday would be brought to you by J. Chafin State Farm, like your good neighbor State Farm is there. Happy Lawn Care LLC, 321-5121. Lawn Care, Leaf Removal, and of course, Wingard Sports Photography. We're out of time, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.